Hey guys, Mr. Reviews here. After my, what is it? I think I've got my YouTube page open. It is my, actually 9-month hiatus. And I actually I have been watching, obviously YouTube, of course, who doesn't? Been watching a bunch of like Let's Plays on YouTube. I actually do hope to start doing some Let's Plays, so any game suggestions, just throw them at me. I'll definitely look into trying to do some. But anyway, I have been watching other Let's Plays, and some people that I've been watching Let's Plays of have talked about why they've not been on for so long at a time, upwards of a year, and obviously saying how they've had tough times in their life. They've been going through stuff. They've life adjustments, if you know what I mean, not like life adjustments, like proper stuff that you're going through, which is kind of difficult, especially me transitioning from leaving high school and going to TAFE full time has been pretty hard, and I've just been really busy at TAFE, so I haven't been able to really do anything, and in my spare time I've just been playing games and stuff. That's why I'm bringing you games I bought. Oops, hit the computer. That's why I'm bringing games I recently bought, number 6. So I think first of all I'll go through the games that I have purchased which I don't own anymore, and I'll give you the reasons. First one that obviously I don't have, and I don't have a better, I just got the standard game, so I don't have anything else to hold up like collectors or anything, but that was obviously Elder Scrolls 5. Who didn't buy that game? But anyway, I finally did, about a month or 2 months ago, get the platinum trophy in that game, so I've done everything that I possibly can. My save file was like really freaking high. I was like between 150 to 200 hours, played the hell out of it, and I'm kind of over it. Basically, the DLC just came out, Dawn Guard for 360, and it will be coming out a month to the day from when that came out on Xbox for PC and PS3. And basically, last game, even though it's not made by Bethesda Game Studios, the last game that was the same style and the same game engine which was Fallout New Vegas. Literally, the game, not Game of the Year, the Ultimate Edition of Fallout New Vegas came out a week after I purchased all the DLC for that game, and I got so pissed. I'm like, are you freaking for real? Because if you look at all their past games, or pretty much all past Bethesda games that are main ones, so like Fallout games and the Elder Scrolls games, pretty much a year to the day they bring out Game of the Year edition. Fallout New Vegas, the Ultimate Edition, came out about a year and a half to 2 years after the game originally came out in 2010. So after a year, and it didn't come out, like Game of the Year or something or other edition didn't come out after a year, I was like, they're not doing it, and it made sense. It wasn't really Game of the Year, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just buy the DLC, and it was actually worth it. All the DLC was on sale, so I did buy it all, but a week before Ultimate Edition, it really pissed me off, especially since I own Game of the Year, but now upgraded to 5th anniversary of Oblivion on PS3. I've got Fallout 3 Game of the Year upgraded to that, and now that I just have Fallout New Vegas, and I'm still going to end up upgrading to Ultimate Edition when I have spare money to spend to upgrade to that, even though it's pointless. So it really pissed me off. So that's what I did with Skyrim. I'm like, I don't want to be tempted by the DLC. I know I really want it, so I'm traded it in while it's still worth about $50, which is really good. $50 trade-in value, and I'm like, cool, got some credit at EB Games, that's awesome. And of course it'll save me for buying Game of the Year edition when it comes out. So I'm gonna wait, do that. Did the same thing with Fallout 3 on the PS3, and I friggin' totally worth it. I was like, sweet, I waited for this DLC, and now it made me replay the game, like all the DLC, and it gave me so much more gaming time. So I'm hoping to do that again with Skyrim. The other game that I did trade in, which I obviously got, and I finished it, and I loved the ending compared to a lot of people out there, and I am pretty happy. And I was waiting for the DLC to change the ending or expand the ending. Don't leave comments on how it is, because I've got to re-buy this game to play the DLC, because apparently it's now out, so I'm going to get it. That's obviously Mass Effect 3. Obviously I got the Omniblade edition, as you can see, which was an exclusive to EB Games, this collection of it, the Omniblade edition. I would also guess that it's exclusive to GameStop or something in America, because EB Games is owned by GameStop, and it's like the same company, so I'm not sure about America if this is an exclusive to GameStop or something, but whatever. But yeah, it was a great game. friggin' loved Mass Effect 3. Unlike most people, I actually didn't mind the ending. I thought it was, yeah, it made sense after I cried like a little bitch, and I was like, no, not Shepard. At the end of the game, it was, you know, it was emotional, and after watching it a couple of times and, you know, going through that final sequence and reading some of people's ideas of what the ending meant and that he might have been indoctrinated and stuff, and especially since you see Shepard, spoiler alert, see Shepard quickly go like, breathe in, if you get the best ending, then, you know, it makes sense that maybe he was indoctrinated, maybe it was all in his head because he's in the rubble and he, you know, and he takes a breath. So, you know, the fact that when that I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if the DLC just picks up directly from that point, saying that, oh yeah, that was obviously just Shepard in a dream state at that point because he just got hit by Harbinger. That's it, Harbinger. That's right. Got hit by Harbinger, and you know, and all the people around him. You know, the explosion goes off, and you see Shepard in the rubble, like I said, and he breathes. Maybe that's, you know, he went all through that in his head, and the whole thing is that he was just under some rubble the entire time. You know, if the DLC picks up on that, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'd be kind of happy. That'd be like, cool, you actually continued on from the best ending. But anyway, great game. Like I said, I traded it in while it was still worth pretty much the same, about $50 like Skyrim. And I'm like, cool, I'll rebuy the game and buy the DLC when it comes out, when more DLC comes out, besides the multiplayer DLC. I really don't care about multiplayer, so whatever. But yeah, so, and in fact, it's the half-yearly sale now, so Mass Effect 3, like, new copies, not even used, new copies are like $60, which here in Australia is friggin' cheap. That's like half price of a brand new game here. So yeah, Mass Effect 3 as well, so cool. Skyrim and Mass Effect 3, great games, absolutely awesome. Now, before I get to my other PS3 games, obviously both of those owned on PS3, and clearly PS3 for that, I go on to the one game that I bought on 360 recently. Basically, I actually managed to find another copy, thank God. Excuse me. And yeah, the fact that I finally did find a copy of it, finally another copy of it. You used to own it ages ago, and I made the dumb mistake of when I got rid of my Xbox, trading all the games in, regardless of how rare they are to find. Burnout, Revenge, on the 360 version of Revenge. I love this game, nothing else to say. Just the fact that I finally found a copy, totally cool. And of course, really rare to find, not as rare as the friggin' Metroid Prime Trilogy, but in my area, the northern beaches of Sydney, this game is still fairly rare to find as well, and that's just not the Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii, but obviously Prime 3 Corruption on the Wii. This is also really hard to find, so I found it for $15, and, you know, friggin' take a look at it. It is in hell good condition for a second-hand game. You know, incredibly good. So I was like, really good condition, $15, definitely worth it in my opinion, even though I don't have a Wii. And as soon as I turn 18, and literally about 4-ish, maybe 5 months or something, you know, well, yeah, 5-ish months, or maybe more like 4.5-ish now. When I turn 18, I'll either get a credit card or probably buy one of those sort of prepaid credit cards or whatever. Like right now, when I'm out of work at the moment, so as soon as I get another job or something, I'll definitely be buying like a prepaid credit card or something, and going online and trying, hopefully finding an Australian copy of the Metroid Prime Trilogy. If not, I'm seriously actually considering just buying an American version or a European version of Metroid Prime Trilogy, and actually buying a second Wii, because of course I'm going to have an Australian one so I can play, you know, the exclusive Wii games, you know, like the first party things like Mario, Metroid and all that. And if I have to buy an American copy of Prime Trilogy, I will buy an American Wii and have 2 Wiis, like literally a Wii just for Prime Trilogy. I'm not even kidding. I will go that far just to play that game, because I love Metroid. I love the Metroid Prime branch of the series, and like I said, I go to TAFE full time now, and I only really have 2 friends that also go to like TAFE and stuff, like as in friends that I've known all through high school, and those 2 friends both own Wiis or have Wiis where they live, so it wasn't really a loss anyway, because I can still play the shit out of this game when I go over to their place, which is like all the freaking time. Anyway, finally moving over to PS3 stuff, and I think I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. I have 2 lots of 6. Basically, I've got 1 bundle of 6, which are multi-platform games, and 1 group of 6 that are exclusives. So I'll go through the multi-platform games first. Once again, another game that I bought just because I had leftover credit. Now, if you have leftover credit at EB Games, you can ask them to like put that money value onto a game that you've purchased. Which, if you don't end up returning that game, you know, and you end up loving it and keeping it, that means that you've just paid more money than it's actually worth. And you know, and you won't get that money back unless you actually take it back within the 7-day return policy, and then they'll obviously give you all of the money and the price back, or the credit, I should say. So yeah, so it's better to actually buy something, and especially since I had enough money to pick up this game. Plus, it has an easy platinum trophy. Thank God. I ended up buying a copy of the Blob 2 because it was really cheap and it's actually in incredibly good condition. So I was like, screw it, who cares? It's good condition. It's, you know, it is literally like brand new condition. It's got an easy platinum in it. I did play the first level and I haven't played it since. It's been like 2, maybe 3 months since I bought this, but whatever. One game that I definitely re-bought, and actually a lot of these games I did re-buy, like including the exclusives. This game I did re-buy, but obviously because it's cheap, again, obviously secondhand, I re-bought Guitar Hero Greatest Hits, because, you know, it's the greatest hits, the best songs from Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 3. I love this game, I still love this game, so of course I picked it up. And of course, a Guitar Hero that I never played before, and the last one so far to have come out, and there hasn't been a game since in the series, and that one is Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. Definitely an awesome Guitar Hero game. It is really good. I loved Warriors of Rock. Has a great track list. Has Fury of the Storm by Dragon Force in it, so like just the fact that it has another Dragon Force song in it, and Fury of the Storm is one of my favorite songs of all time now. Like I never knew that song. I'm like playing it in Warriors of Rock. I literally, every time I boot this game up, first song I play is Fury of the Storm, as well as the 3 Megadeth songs. So awesome game, totally cool. Both of those games as well were both like $20 or something, which is really cheap here. Then of course, lastly, both of these games brand new, and they've well, this one brand new, just because they had a limited edition left. And pretty much every copy that you find is limited edition, but compared to finding a limited edition of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010 Hot Pursuit, and compared to finding Shift 2 Unleashed limited edition, is really, really slim. It's pretty hard to find a limited edition brand new anymore of this game. And basically, when I did have my job, which I don't have anymore, you know, I was, you know, earning around you know, between $50 to $100 ish a week. You know, it's just a 2-day-a-week thing on my days off from TAFE. You know, not including the weekend. 2 days during the week. It's like Monday and Thursday or something. But yeah, 1 week I had the money, and this was like between $30 to $40 or something. So I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I have just recently started getting into the original Shift. Well, recently, I mean ages ago. I got into that, and then I'm like, cool, Shift 2, it's more simulation, especially since I'm definitely into Forza now. Like I said, one of the 2 friends that I always hang out with has a 360, and he absolutely is obsessed with Forza, Forza, whatever you want to, however you want to pronounce it. So especially since, you know, I'm into that now, I'm like, cool, yeah, I love simulation and stuff, and this game is great. Love Shift 2. Next up, game that nobody liked for some reason, but in my opinion is a great game, and is probably the best Need for Speed game since, I mean, Hot Pursuit was good, but it was too much like Burnout. I mean, it is by the creators of Burnout, it's by Criterion Games, so that's why people have to get over that. Why do you think it's like Burnout? Because it's by the people who make Burnout, which, by the way, are making Need for Speed Most Wanted this year. Hell yes, can't wait for that. I know it's not a sequel. The sequel to that game is coming up in this collection, by the way. But anyway, Need for Speed The Run, once again limited edition. I love this game. Like, why nobody likes this game, I have no idea. I mean, yes, the story mode is so short. I've literally played. I never play a game story mode more than, let's say, 5 times ever. I've played this game literally like 20 to 30 plus times. The whole story mode in one sitting, every single time, 20 to 30 times through, and about 15 of those times were during one holiday, once a day, all the way through the game. It's very short, but it's enjoyable. It's a really good game. It's more like a Call of Duty Need for Speed game. Like, most of the game is online, and you've got 3 lots. You know, you've got the campaign, it's really short and sweet, and then you've got the challenge mode, which sort of acts like Spec Ops / Zombies, which is just sort of like another single player thing that you know, that you can just do by yourself. In Call of Duty, though, you can do Spec Ops and Zombies online as well if you want to. Challenge mode, it's all by yourself, but it is still through auto logs, so you still have your friend comparisons, which is cool. And then of course you've got online, which is a major component in this game. Online is huge, but the servers are totally shit. But now I have all the online trophies, so I don't care. But I love this game. It's really good. People have to give it another chance. Go pick this game up if you haven't already. It's totally worth it. It's a great game. Just for the story itself. Now here is the sequel to Need for Speed Most Wanted. The fact that I found a non-PlayStation Platinum version of this game, plus, once again, this is actually a fairly rare game to pick up, like a PS3 version of, and like I said, especially a non-Platinum one, and that's Need for Speed Carbon. So yeah, this is the sequel to Need for Speed Most Wanted. If you want a sequel, go play this game. It is the sequel. It is the direct follow-on from the end of from the end of Need for Speed Most Wanted. So if you want the sequel, go play this game. It's been out since 2006, and it is the sequel. It came out the year after Most Wanted. Go play it. Like I said, non-platinum, seriously, really good condition as well, and it's really steep for a second-hand game from 2006. No trophies, even though it is in really, really good condition, like brand new condition, literally. It cost like $39, if not like $39 or $40. So that's a lot of money for a second-hand game that is this old. But I had to get it. I had to spend that money. I had to get that game. I love it. Anyway, onto the exclusives. So here is a bunch of games, and basically there are only 2 franchises on as part of the PlayStation family. But these franchises are definitely a reason to get a PS3. So straight up, once again, non-platinum, a non-platinum copy of this game. I originally got the special edition of this game back on launch day, and this, like a lot of PlayStation exclusives, the limited editions come like in cardboard boxes. Like, literally, the game case itself is a cardboard box, and it's like, what the frick? Like, seriously, I'm paying this much money, I'm paying more money than the normal game to get a flimsy cardboard box as opposed to a proper, you know, plastic case. And of course this game is Infamous, the original Infamous. The Infamous series is great, and you need to freaking play it, and therefore you need to have a PS3 to play it. And in my opinion, Infamous 1 and 2 is definitely a selling point to get a PS3. And in fact, one of my friends that owns the 360 is, you know, as soon as he has the money in his bank account, he is gonna, you know, go out and buy a PS3 to play Infamous 1 and 2 because it's a great franchise. The other one being, of course, that I've never played before until I got it, was Infamous 2. And I'm really glad that I finally went and picked it up. You know, great game. I absolutely loved it. Like Mass Effect 3, the ending was really sad. I mean, if you were playing a good guy throughout the game, because you could be good and evil in Infamous in both games. If you're playing as a good guy, you know, good call, something ends up happening, or I pretty much already spoiled it. I said Matt pulls a Mass Effect 3 ending on you, he dies. Although there's a lot of speculation as to Cole probably being alive, so there could be another game, and I really hope they do an Infamous 3. It'd be really hard to do it though, since in that ending they did kind of show him die, but basically they do show like like it goes black as pretty much, you know, Zeke, his best friend, takes him out to sea to, you know, to bury Cole. which I actually find pretty funny. I mean, you know, obviously calls in the coffin, taking him out to sea. He's, you know, he has electric powers, so he's going to put a guy who's got electric powers, even though he's dead, but they're going to take a guy with electric powers and put him in the ocean. Like, that's kind of funny. I mean, even if he did happen to wake up, he'd friggin' die anyway, because, you know, because he's made of electricity, he's going to friggin' fry himself. But basically at the end it sort of fades to black, showing the boat go out to sea, and then literally the screen just comes back on. You see the boat really small, really far out, and you just see a lightning strike just like boom, and hits the coffin on the boat. Like, you can see it hit the middle of the boat, you know, where the coffin is. So it's like lightning just hit the coffin. The coffin was made out of metal, by the way, so, you know, and metal's a conductor of electricity, so maybe it could have, you know, sparked him up and made him you know, it made him alive again. However, the evil ending totally would contradict the fact that he would be alive as a good character, because he wouldn't end up doing what he does as a bad character at the end of the bad ending. So it is kind of hard to do a sequel anyway, but I'd really love an Infamous 3. Friggin' pray to God that they do it. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, the next exclusive series, definitely a reason to own a PS3, of course, is the Ratchet and Clank series. So anyway, a collection came out recently, which I'll get to later, but basically it came out literally 2 days ago. Bought it on launch day, obviously. Just like the Jak and Daxter collection earlier in the year, which is actually, that's another game that I traded in, the Jak and Daxter collection. Well, basically I played all the way through Jak 1 in 1 day on launch day, and I had my fill, so I sort of, you know, so I didn't trade it in, I returned it, got all my money back, and I bought something else, can't remember. But actually I think that's the money that I put down for Skyrim, so totally worth it. Oh no, sorry, that came out this year. Skyrim was last year. But whatever. I think the money that I did put down was on Mass Effect 3, so yeah, definitely worth it. Anyway, so yeah, I thought it was the 28th of what's the month? February, March, April, May, June, July. I think it was, yeah, July. Sorry, June. Yeah, June. I think it was June 28th. Shit, I'm having a mental blank. Whatever. Basically, it came out on the 28th last month. The Ratcheting, this compilation I'm talking about. But I thought me and the guy up at EB, it might have actually gotten delayed a month. We're not 100% sure, because the system at EB actually said that it was coming out the 28th of the month prior. But because of that, I was like, oh, okay, well, now I need to get something else to play in the meantime, you know. I'm out of stuff to play. I'm kind of bored. So anyway, I managed to find non-platinum versions of the current Ratchet and Clank series, which in America is called Ratchet and Clank Future. But anyway, this is the trilogy. Like I said, all of them non-platinum in very good condition, so I picked them all up. So that's Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. Pretty good. I have owned all of these games previously. This one I did actually get pretty far. I looked up on the internet the list of levels on the Ratchet and Clank wiki of you know, the game levels and stuff. And I actually did realize that I was about 2 to 3 levels away from the finish. So, and I am actually past that one level that I got up to when I used to own this game. So now I'm playing through the stuff that I haven't played. Stop playing it though, because of the other games, and just start playing the other ones. This one was intended to be just a downloadable title, but you can get a retail copy of Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty. Now this one is literally about 4 to 5 hours long. You know, just single player. So, you know, it's only a 4 to 5 hour game. I literally got this brand new on physical form for $9. Totally freaking worth it. But I have finished this one, so I just bought this obviously to round up the collection. And then of course, lastly, the one that I only actually played the first level or two, because I just sort of got over it, like really fast. Once again, another game that has a really easy platinum trophy in it though, so definitely a reason to pick it up again. And like I said, I've only played about the first level. It was only $20, so Ratchet and Clank a crack in time. And I actually literally just started playing this after I played the current collection that came out a month after it was supposed to. But anyway, that collection that was supposed to come out a friggin' month ago, which ended up not coming out, or getting delayed, or we got the date wrong, was of course finally earlier in the year, Jak and Daxter finally got a HD remake. About friggin' time. The original trilogy, Jak 1, Jak 2 Renegade, Jak and Daxter Precursor Legacy, Jak 2 Renegade, and Jak 3, all on one Blu-ray disc, HD, full trophy support, awesome. Finally, as well this year, literally less than half a year later, they finally brought out the last friggin' collection that they had to bloody bring out for the PS3, the Ratchet and Clank Trilogy. This includes, Ratchet and Clank 2, Going Commando, I think that's the American one. Locked and Loaded was what it was called in Europe and here in Australia. And Ratchet and Clank 3 Up Your Arsenal. 3 great games. Once again, full trophy support for all of them. When I say full trophy support, that means literally they have, full trophy lists for each of the games with platinum trophies. So if this was on Xbox, which isn't, it's an exclusive series, but if it was on Xbox, that would mean that all 3 games would have 1,000 out of 1,000 gamer score lists. So it's got full lists, which is awesome. And Ratchet Clank 3 had multiplayer in it back in the day, and I'm pretty sure you could play it all the way. You could play the multiplayer online, because PS2 did have online. Very few games supported it. Pretty sure that Ratchet Clank 3 supported it, but it did have obviously split screen multiplayer. This version still contains the split screen multiplayer, and games are really declining for the split screen multiplayer thing. Like, that's never happening anymore. But Ratchet & Clank 3 in this collection actually has the split screen multiplayer. So if you want to get a bunch of friends over, people that don't have PS3s, and play some Ratchet & Clank, like, get them into the game, like, especially that online split screen multiplayer mode, which is really, really fun and addictive. As a kid, I used to play hours playing this game co-op with, split screen multiplayer with heaps of people and stuff. And the multiplayer itself has been updated to run on PlayStation Network, so you can actually play this game online through PSN. Thank God, in my opinion, there are no online trophies for the Ratchet & Clank 3 trophy list. Thank freaking Christ. But it's there if you want to play it, and I haven't played it yet online, but I'll definitely give it a go. And actually it says it here on the front, the little PlayStation Network symbol. 8-player, what is it? 8-player online mayhem. So it says it right there, 8-player online. Epic. That's totally awesome. And definitely, in my opinion, my favorite HD collection to come out so far. The only other HD collections that are out that I've played personally are the Tomb Raider collection, the Sly collection, which I own. Sly was the other big main series, and the Sly series was created by Sucker Punch, who are the guys behind Infamous. Of course, the Ratchet & Clank trilogy, which is made by the same guys who created and made the original trilogy of Spyro on the Insomniac Games, who made Spyro the Dragon, originally on the PlayStation 1. Last generation, Ratchet & Clank, and this generation still, Ratchet & Clank, as well as Resistance Fallen Man. And then, of course, like I said, the other one, Jak and Daxter, made by Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog created the character and made the original trilogy of Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1, PS2, like I said, Jak and Daxter, and PS3, Uncharted, and now they're finally coming out with The Last of Us. By the way, Insomniac Insomniac Games, the guys who made Ratchet & Clank, Uncharted, Ratchet & Clank, Resistance, all that sort of stuff, they are developing a game through the EA Partners program, and called Overstrike, I believe, will be coming out this year, apparently on PS3 and 360. So if you're a 360 gamer, even though I'm a major PlayStation guy, the fact that Insomniac is doing a multi-platform game at the moment, I'm like really pissed. But hey, although Bungie's new game, the guys who make Halo, Bungie's new game is actually going to be exclusive to 360 first for about half a year or something, but it is coming to PS3, so fair enough. And Insomniac by no means is the best exclusive developer on PS3, so whereas Bungie is for 360, in my opinion. So yeah, so it's kind of a win-win. But the fact that they are making Overstrike, it's gonna be kind of like, people have compared it to Left 4 Dead. It's kind of like four player online co-op for the game, but you can obviously play it single player, and you still be in like a squad of 4 with 3 AI players. But obviously, the way to play it would be online. And if you do own a 360 and a PS3 like myself, definitely get that game on PS3, because undoubtedly, being a PlayStation exclusive company primarily, you can bet your ass that they're going to do a bunch of exclusive PS3 stuff for that game. So I'd get it on that. But basically, that's it. That's all the games. It's a lot of shit. This video's been going for half an hour now. Holy crap. I always do really long videos. Sorry about that if you don't like to watch really long videos, but hey, had a lot to talk about, didn't I? And it's been freaking 9 months, so you know, it kind of warrants having a long video for my return. Anyway, that's it. That's what I've been playing. It's a lot of shit. I've been playing a lot of stuff. I'll be back soon. I won't be taking another hiatus after this, not for a very long time. Hopefully I will bring a review later in the week or something. And like I said, give me any games to suggest playing, doing a let's play for. If you can, if you know any really good games, or if you want to see me play any games that you loved or played and didn't play enough of on the Game Boy Advance back in the day, I'll do that, because I'll definitely be able to do that, because obviously I have a Game Boy Advance emulator on my computer, and it has a built-in video recorder, so it's really easy to do that. And I don't have one of those cables. I don't know what they are, but you know, you can get a cable to plug into your TV and like your PS3 or your PS3 or your 360 or your Wii or whatever, and able to record straight to computer really good. I don't know what that is, and I don't have one of them, obviously. So if you can tell me what they're actually called and where to buy them, do that as well. And yeah, and it'd be a while until I get one of those. So just tell me what they are and how to get them, like where I should look to get one, if I have to just go on eBay to get one, or if I need to, if there's actually a website, you know, just let me know and I can do it, and I can actually start playing, you know, a lot of these good like exclusives and stuff. If you're an Xbox guy and you want to see some of these games, you know, and see what they're like, to see if PS3 is worth your money eventually, you know. So yeah, just hit me up what game you want me to play, especially on Game Boy Advance, because I can do it right now. 2 games that I definitely want to do, by the way, on Game Boy Advance. If you really want to see them, just say that you want to see them. But Metroid Fusion, I still own actually a physical copy of that game. But, you know, Metroid Fusion, or of course Metroid Zero Mission, finally played through emulation. But yeah, give me any ideas. So yeah, this is Mr. Rich Reviews. See you next time.